Set it how you want it. Thanks you to the. Yeah,
Let me
we're
send
good.
this out.
Oh, we're live.
Yo, what's up, guys? Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a very relaxing weekend. Anything you guys were up to over the weekends?
Nothing special. I worked a little bit Saturday, and then Sunday I had a pretty chill day. Got the grass cut. That's about it.
That grass, I tell you, it just keeps growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. I cut it down and it just grows again.
Dude, I was like, one night I was doing a deep dive on grass because I went to the golf course once, like first time. Their grass is so nice. They have like the special,
Yeah,
like
true.
short grass. I don't know how they do it, but
The fairway, the
seen-
green,
Frequent,
super nice.
frequent mowing.
yeah,
Trick
but it's
is
like
it-
the specific breed. I'm pretty sure it's like
Yeah,
the
that
Bermuda
too.
short grass or something.
Yeah.
A specific breed.
It is. It is a specific
I can
breed.
tell you've gone down the rabbit hole of trying to make your grass pretty at home as well.
Instead of a market update, what we're going to do today is just dive into grass here.
Yeah.
This is the Monday grass stream, touch grass stream.
I think the guy's name is Cody on YouTube that talks about a lot of grass.
No
Which
way.
kind of grass?
I mean, they have to get like the special mowers for it,
Yeah.
like to mow it that short. I'm pretty sure. Too much for me. Too much touching grass for me. Not gonna lie. But yeah, pretty relaxing weekend. Friday was kind of crazy with the pump or with the general up. I mean, it's been not a boring week last week. So love to hear what you guys have to think. Where is it looking on the charts? But I can. Do you want to go with the slides first, Rhodes?
Yeah, let's get into the slides. Again, apologies that they're not all fancy vertical, but I'll have it vertical for next go around. Actually work out better because then I can fit more content on a vertical slide. So so really what happened is Friday we had the FOMC meetings. Powell confirmed that, or at least strongly hinted that rates cuts are coming here in September. 25, maybe 50, something in those range. So that confirmation kind of set things running, even though I think it was a foregone conclusion. It was enough to give a boost. And we also had RFK dropping out of the race and putting his support behind Trump, which I think is also kind of a part of the stimulus on what happened for Friday, just jump-starting that overall momentum. We broke the 200. Actually maybe the 2 hours that led it. The 200 or 2 hour 200 EMAs, and that's what kind of kicked it off. I made a quick post Friday afternoon in the BA3L Discord. Was calling for roughly 65,000, and that's roughly where we got before the pullback. And we'll get into the rest afterwards, but really interesting. And then we had also the last bit of really important news is that the founder of Telegram has been arrested. Han took a dump of about 14%, all kinds of bits around, whether that's securities and all the kind of stuff that goes around. He was kind of arrested too, just because of some of the activities that happens on Telegram, which is also kind of weird and, sparked interesting debates out there. Like, are you going to get rid of the inventor, like anything, right? Alexander Graham Bell, he invented the phone. Is that his fault now that we make bad dealings over the phone? Like it's it's a little crazy in that respect. It stunts innovation, all that kind of stuff. So, unless he's actually himself doing the nefarious activities, and maybe there's a tie in there, but and it does also kind of create this whole like element around free speech, etc. All of that is well beyond what we talk about here, but I think important to note on some things, but also I think highlights the importance of something like crypto and decentralized networks overall, and what they can provide to everyone that way. NFTs have continued to remain strong, so they haven't necessarily pulled back viciously or anything like that. There's still some momentum in there. Volumes have been increasing week over week over week, at least on the Sundays. When I put out this for the Mondays, overall volumes have looked better. Xcopy has been getting a lot of sales. Sometimes that's a little bit of a miss because that could just be a collector out there. It could be just Raw Paul just buying more, because I know he's really big into art and NFTs and collecting Xcopy, etc. So it may only be one buyer, and therefore it's not as much of a highlight, but still great to see. And meme coins have had a nice little bounce off of the crypto bounce. Although I think we've kind of since been in this retrace mode. I was out for a few hours here this afternoon. I don't know. I haven't looked at anything since then. So let's jump right into the charts and look at where we're at there. I don't know who wants to screen share. Anyone can go on that, but let's take a look. There we go.
I got it. I mean, Bitcoin still in that range.
Yes.
But a lot of people are happier now that it's higher. It very briefly hit 65K. I think yesterday, and I mean we've been saying this is going to be the last pullback here for the last 2 weeks. I bought into a bunch of Bitcoin positions. I know Borchilla did as well. We kind of pointed that out at the Bridgely Labs Discord that we've bought into these positions, but still in that range, and we're kind of waiting for that breakout. Where do you see? At what point would you consider it a breakout now? Like 68, 67, 66?
71.
71.
I still think that's where we need to get above before we have a true breakout. But this is positive. I think levels now. I think 65.7, just below 66. I think is kind of where we want to see it get above. But really, I'm looking at probably some additional retracement here. Probably settling it back down into maybe this 58, 59K range before a bit more of a move up. It's really until we break out of some ranges here, or it's kind of like anybody's guess, up or down. But I'm still looking at a possible downside. I'd like to hear what anyone else thinks.
I think I agree. Unfortunately, it's looking like that move up excited me, but it didn't move up too fast, or it did move up pretty fast, but it didn't move up too far really. So
it's failed at the first resistance sort of thing.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. So like you said, I'd like to see it hold around that 59, 58. If not, I would not be surprised to see another maybe 50K to, even 45 if we don't continue to hold down at these levels below us.
45. That's going to be, people are going to be calling for the bear market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I almost think that's that could be what we need in a way to get that, move back up.
To get that vicious pump up is a big flush out, right? This crawl up move, sure, it was a reasonable move, a 60 to 65. That's a pretty good move, but that's not the type of move off of a bit of consolidation. I guess you could say it's a flush consolidation and a move up. It's hard to say, but we're really much in this kind of range downtrend at the moment too. So nothing has really said otherwise. So,
and I have a little support level right at 52 639 to 56 927. So I'd like to definitely see it continue to hold above that 52 range. But if we can't hold above there, then we definitely could see a move maybe back down to like that, like I said, that 45 range. But we're just gonna
Yeah,
read and react and see if it can find support on this little retracement.
I think it's probably going to take a lot to push us down to those levels, but I mean, it's in the. I think it's still potential. I don't think it's going to happen personally. My biased opinion doesn't think so, but I don't think it's out of the question, especially with the election coming up. If it wasn't, I feel like it would definitely be out of question. But there's a lot of, I think, key levels, even looking at it from a weekly or you break it down on a daily. I'll pull up my screen here really quick. Window. There we go.
I'm a buyer at 62. I think we hit 62 and we start running. I think it's school time for these children. They're not going to be trading. It's just going to go up. I think that's my thesis.
61.60.
If it's only if
61.7?
it's a small retracement of 62, that would be very nice right here. If it just continues up, that would definitely be positive.
You're right.
for
If it
support.
bounces off 62 and continues upward, that's showing the strength. And I mean, there's some, there's bulls out there that are saying this is it. We're moving and we're moving up to, say 70K. That's a reasonable move, right? So it really is in that kind of mid kind of range. Or it did lose a bit of the 200-day support, but there's quite a gap in that 200-day support. So yeah, it's really, I mean, it's sideways movement. It's still choppy. It's still a little vicious. You can still see Bitcoin reacting strongly to anything that happens in the macro side of things, especially after hours, when all of a sudden it's a positive FOMC and then it's positive news out of RFK and that's it. Like it's really reactive still, and so
Definitely.
it's still sideways in this range ultimately. But yeah, 62K bounce in that really strong support range would be nice to see. Like kind of good confluence with the 200-day, etc. And then and then if you break above this 65, 66, I think that's also strong to make it move up to 70K. But then once you get to 70K, I'd be looking to probably sell. Or at least take profits, and then if you're above that 70K or break all-time highs, then you're full on back in and buying that kind of run upwards if we get there. But I think we're probably still months away on that.
Yeah, I think actually, if I'm looking at this chart right now, I'm probably going to start buying in at like 61.2, 61.5. I don't think things are going to test. It's going to hit 62 and then probably drop a little bit more and then start moving up. That's kind of my, if I was going to trade it and wait for a good entry, that's probably what I'm doing.
Could I share my screen really quick?
Yeah, here, I'll put you up. You're good.
Oh, sweet. I was like waiting for it. All right, yeah. So I'm kind of right with you guys. Sorry, I got a hair in my mouth. Even this level right here, the 56,306, pretty strong level on a weekly. I threw a fib up from pretty much the bottom of 38 to up here at the all-time high. But yeah, I want to see us probably come down here to about 59.60. I think we'll probably hold above there, maybe come back down, touch this 56, but ultimately I don't think we're going to break below that 52,139. G, I think, is optimistic a little bit when it comes to entries coming all the way down there, but yeah, I want to see us just stay above that 52,139, but this level is pretty strong with buyers. You can see I kind of circled some, try to make it a little friendly, so nobody was looking at any Picassos here, but
yeah, the
Yeah, I
buyers
think
are selling up fast, or the buyers are showing up fast, and the sellers are showing up fast as well. So, like Rote said, it's about as good as anybody's guess right now in reality to see where this thing goes.
100%. Yeah, it's really it's tricky. A lot of sideways. You have to determine where you are, midterm, long term, short term. If you're short term, then you're probably not coming to us for advice on your trades. You're probably making these swing trades much more frequent, and you're looking or have bought already down in the 54, 56K range, might have even sold around the 65 kind of thing. But mid to long, you're just looking to to pack your bags. I think overall, what we're learning from this range is that, especially after we've gotten reasonable bounces still within kind of the range, crypto's not done this cycle. Everything's kind of lending in really nicely to this fall breakout, which is all well in line with what we've seen in past cycles. So and in terms of the bull case thesis, the long-term thesis, mid-range, if you want to go as short as the next few months, Bitcoin looks very strong still, and there's nothing to suggest otherwise. So you're just looking for your best value entry at this point, and your best bet on that is a bit of DCA, and we could get a bounce at any point at where we're at right now. And then if that's the case, you can start to DC in here. But I think all of us are in agreement that we're probably looking at a little bit lower before we continue any upward movement. And then just play that longer term thesis. But if you're looking at the range, we're in the upper side of this range right now. So if you want to consider that it's possible that we go lower from where we're at in this range, I think there's a really good probability of that. And so, mid long term, I would be looking for a lesser entry. And I would say for me, it's in that 56 to 58K range is where the buy mode goes on, probably, a few weeks from now, sort of thing. Because, I can still feel that there's a good probability we move up and then back down. But
that is definitely a good support area. I mean, like I was saying, I don't necessarily I could see 45-ish, but if that's only if we lose the support here. So
if we lose the support in the 52K range and anything outside of a quick wick down, I think there's going to be a lot more questioning and panic on whether or not this cycle is.
I think
right.
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens this week, and then catch us back here next week and see where things are at. And
yeah, you go to the weekly, you go to the monthly, everything still looks really good. Really good.
Yeah, bro, definitely. You made a good point, Rhodes, dude. Like the market's super reactive right now. Like any bit of major news or major attention in anything at the moment is going to make the market react.
It really is.
Do you think the Ton guy getting arrested affected anything?
You have to look at maybe some of these alt chains and look at whether or not there's any underlying risk with them, and who they're backed by and what kind of is there. But there's a bit of risks in alt layer 2, etc. Obviously the Ton chain itself, bit of risk there. Many would say that this is probably a really good buy the dip opportunity, regardless, because SEC has failed in every one of their attempts. And so Ton has taken a dip, but it's likely that this is a value kind of move. But it's worth noting that he has had failed chains in the past. So there, there's not any. It's not inconceivable that there's greater risk there. So Trong, another one, possible risk there, not necessarily full backing yet, whatever the case may be. So they're the alt layers, etc. But other than that, I mean, a lot of the attention's still on majors, memes, some of the alts as well. But a lot of the alts that got attention, I think, are mostly pretty safe. So, yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't know if you guys subscribe to this chart, but I always like checking the rainbow chart.
It's in the buy zone.
No, it is. I mean, it surprisingly follows the pattern pretty well. We're kind of like in this area of this website is so slow. We're kind of in like this area right now.
It really is.
Still haven't had that run up after happening, but I don't know if they're changing the data or something, but it looks very predictable. right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're a little more extended in our post halving kind of cycle range here. Most post cycles have already kind of started to bounce. 2020 might be the one that kind of still provides a bit of confluence there because that one was a bit extended, but that also was part and part due to COVID and making things a little bit rough there. But we're right in line with where we've been on past cycles, and we're about to reach that kind of takeoff point, if things follow.
Yeah, it
The
seems
cycle.
like November is when it's peaking. When it's
November's been always the
inflection
strongest
point.
month. Yep.
right? Like if you look here, February maybe. I mean, I can't tell these dates or if it's. Does the halving line up like exactly 4 years?
No,
It's by an
roughly
amount of
every 4
blocks.
years. I think it's a little less than 4 years.
Yeah, it's actually a block amount.
Mhm.
Right, but it's close to 4 years. So this
Yeah.
one's
Yeah.
like July almost, and then we'll see like November here. So what, like 4 or 5 months? We're on like month 8, so we're kind of still waiting, but I think where the inflection point's coming soon, and that's kind of when, if you don't have your bags, like you kind of don't have space. You kind of can't get on the plane if you're not packed.
Yeah.
Get your bags.
They will leave you behind.
Right? Then you have to wait another 4 years. You have to wait through the full bear market, everyone fudding, and then you can start acquiring again.
Facts, bro.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about? ETH right now, or ETH or TON? Where do you
Solana.
guys want to go next?
Etherton, he said. He's got some
Dude,
tea.
because
on
I
Ton.
saw the TON chart when we talked about it, when Rhodes talked about it on the slides. I'm like, give it like 1 or 2 more days, and I'm buying. Because I've been so bullish on TON, but there just hasn't been a good entry. But ETH first, I guess. I mean,
Sure.
ETH still hasn't made that move yet. I'm still confused.
Let me pull ETH up.
It doesn't help that Vitalik has been throwing out poor communication overall, even though he's not all of what Ethereum is. Some of his comments that have gone around lately have kind of played into a bit of a negative sentiment in general. I don't know the specifics of all the comments, but that's just the kind of the buzz, so to speak. Not necessarily believing in DeFi and a few different things, and it's just like, man, like this is what Ethereum is, right? It's like it's the everything blockchain, really, right? So you should be bullish on everything that goes on Ethereum. So yeah, I mean, Ethereum is in chop still, and a nice, I think a steady trend up, which is all right, at least on the daily, so it's not the strongest looking of the majors. Bitcoin looks stronger. I'm sure
Right.
you'd look at Solana and call Solana stronger. So unless you're married to Ethereum, I would be looking elsewhere.
Be hard for
And
you
I
to
mean,
admit
many
that.
people are, given the fact that we own assets on Ethereum chain, etc. But as far as trading Ethereum, it's not strong. I mean, it's just ETF and ETF volume and some positivity there. Maybe that kind of picks it up, but there's just so many other things that look better. Solana looks good, kind of equal to Bitcoin. Ready for a bit of a
Solana seems
breakout.
like it's outperforming, or like it seems like it's holding up better.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I mean, do you think it's just because more things are built on Solana? Is it the meme coin activity, or I'm assuming people are still building on Ethereum mostly. The people who are building long-term um, applications, consumer products.
I almost see it like the Apple and Android, man. I think they're probably going to be neck and neck for a long time until one of them, especially right now, they're real close. I feel like at any point, in a 4-year span, like especially like a bull run, I think you could really see momentum change in between both of these until one of them becomes Apple and one of them becomes Android, and majority of people like one versus the other. And I think it's like you said, the Ethereum chart doesn't look as sexy, especially when you look at it. Dude, it took like a huge dive. Looking at it on a chart, I mean, it took a dive. I mean, I think it still looks healthy on a weekly scale, but it it doesn't look as attractive like you said compared to the other majors.
It's just about. I mean, it's just actually just below excellent support off this yesterday's dip. Or
What, at like
today's dip.
2,800?
2,700. If you go back to January, right? So looking back to January there, that wick up, losing that a bit is we're just below that wick range. So, does that hold it? I don't know.
Yeah, I used a little level a little bit past that. If you care, I'll share my screen, but
Here, yeah.
I think it's almost in that level, really 23 to about 25. Oh, there it is. Okay. Kind of right here is what I'm looking at. Like you said, I think you were looking right here, January. I went back a little farther just to see because I feel like this area was tested pretty well here. You can even see, ceiling over here. I break it down simple, ceiling and a floor. But yeah, you look at it and I think it, again, as if this was any other chart, I mean, it looks good, but you compare it like to Bitcoin or Solana, they look like they held up better. But in reality, this just kind of took that farther dip down.
How do you
Yeah.
flip the chart upside down, Tyler? Do you remember how to do that?
Yeah, I think it's like a little bit harder. I want to
In
say
what
it's like
scenario would you flip your chart upside down?
What did you say?
to get you a different perspective, bro. To think of it a little.
That's-
Get rid of your bias.
What is it? Alt
How do you do
I,
it again?
Option I on Mac, Alt I maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we
Yeah.
are.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes
That's like
it's
the
nice
bull-
to get a different perspective on it, because like unknowingly, bro, when you do this, you realize you have a bias when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
And like, no, I don't care that it goes a certain way, and then you
that,
realize,
What about
that
keep
chart,
looking, like,
that chart looks
sideways?
terrible now.
yeah, You're
But
right, you're like,
that's
oh my god,
it's
because I would
going
sell
down.
this personally.
No, I mean, if you invert that Ethereum chart and it still looks strong. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like Ethereum
No.
is going down.
Yeah, but you want it to go
No.
up. You don't want it to go up. You want it to go down.
No,
It seems
yeah,
like it's
In
gonna
this
exactly.
go down.
scenario.
I'm saying that in general, Ethereum still looks good.
Yeah.
Just less strength in it than the other majors.
Definitely, I
No
agree.
way. Let me see it on the Bitcoin chart.
Bro, it's nice sometimes to look at it with a different perspective.
Does this look bullish?
In this case, it's bearish.
Right. Does it look like it's about to go down?
It kind of does. I mean, I'd favor Garrison's side a little more on that 45 run, looking at it this way. But it still has to break that.
Right.
These
A
next
lot of
levels,
buyers
next
are
levels.
showing up in that area you're talking about too, Tyler. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I've been trying to figure out. I always forget. So Alt I.
I always have to Google how to do it because I forget.
That's
If
crazy.
if you click on your settings in the bottom right hand corner, that little hexagon,
Yep.
and then pull that up, you'll see where it has it, and then it
Oh,
shows
okay, I
invert
see
scale
it
there,
now.
and then you can
Oh.
see the shortcut there. So I didn't know the
Bet.
shortcut offhand. I just pulled up that.
Sweet, thank you.
This
Yeah.
this hurts my brain actually. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little. I'm gonna say Bitcoin's a little harder to read when you invert it there. Your
Yeah, bro.
bias, you remove that bias, and now you're like, it could go either way.
Right,
It kind of looks like it's going up on the inversion, which is not what you want to see. It kind of looks like it's trend shifted back from the all-time high there, and it's
Right, it looks like this
continuation,
channel right here.
continuation of moving up, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and-
that's
and
just
in
the
this
channel,
case-
though. That's like the classic crypto channel.
and in this case, yeah, in this case too, you'd want to like see it break that next high and see if it's going to break that next high or if it's going to hold there and continue down because it's got a lot of downward momentum. Well, in this case, right, because we're reading inverted, but it's kind of those levels that Rhodes was talking about. I believe that what would you say, like 57 or 58 was it to 56 or something along the lines. But
50,
you look at
yeah.
it there, and those are really the next levels you want to see some resistance show up, especially if you want it to continue down.
Right, but I feel like most charts look like this. No, most crypto charts, they have
Yeah.
this like, they have this like slowly dripping away your profits look, and then it hits green.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing
then-
too, right? Like those strong up days, they happen. They happen pretty violently usually. And if you're sideline trying to catch one, you're probably gonna miss it. That Friday one, if you're sideline thinking I don't know where the market's going, we need to break that. Unless you're actively looking at breaking that resistance in the
Like down here.
50
58.
sorry, the 61.7 range. Once it broke that 67.1, which was kind of a range it's been in for quite a while, then you're on, right? So you could have caught a good portion of that move, but it's hard because those moves happen quick,
Right.
so you can't
That's how
just
they
sit there
get
and pick
you.
it.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, and I think something too to keep in mind when inverting, especially a Bitcoin chart, you got to, or any chart, really keeping in mind the tokenomics of the token, because Bitcoin's something over time that's going to continue up, even with small retracements and the macro things, it's going to continue up. But in micro, there's going to be those retracements. So you look at something and it's like, oh man, you want it to continue. When you flip it, you're like, oh, it looks like it could move up still. But you got to keep in mind the tokenomics of the token itself too. Especially when flipping it. Sometimes it's nice to just flip it to get that perspective change and to get rid of your bias and kind of reset. It's almost like when you're smelling scents and they give you the little coffee beans to get yourself level.
It's like the ginger at Japanese restaurants.
Yeah, bro.
A quick look at Ton before we jump
Yeah,
into
let me
NFTs.
take out this and uninvert. I'm actually gonna go buy a bag of Ton within a couple days. I think. Like this is the entry I've been waiting for.
If you break 530 here, close up above 530, or even if you take it back to say the 4 hour, it's a little higher, 537. But if you break that previous dip back in on the 20, well, I guess that was the dip back August 24th. So
I don't know. I try not to be too cute with these entries because I'm gonna hold Ton for the long term. I'm pretty bullish on the ecosystem. I'll just get in and not have to sweat it too much. Especially if I'm holding long term. I mean, it's like down here at that 480 mark. It's definitely I'm just gonna start sending it, and like any cheaper than that is even better. So hopefully they like interrogate him hard or something in France.
Oh, they were saying 20 years.
20 years? No,
That's
they're
what-
apparently
that's what
gonna release him like by Wednesday.
What? I heard 20 years. He's getting 20 years.
No way he's getting 20 years.
Ruh-roh.
They can only hold him for like 3 days or something, or like 4 days.
Russia wants him back too. That's the other one.
Well, isn't he Russian? Like
He
he's
is
pretty
Russian.
friendly with
Yes,
Russia, right?
he's Russian. He gained French citizenship.
They're like, we need this guy.
Well, right,
So-
exactly. The whole side of it is they're using it for communications, and that's kind of part of what's happened there.
Do you know exactly why he got arrested?
I mean, because people are using Telegram for like terrorism, money
So
laundering.
it's like the Silk Road deal type
Yeah.
deal.
Garrison, that's
I don't
where I
know.
was gonna go with it too. Actually, was the Charlie Shrem. It kind of reminds me of in if you look at Bitcoin's history on the come up, there's a couple main guys. Charlie Shrem was one of them. Owned a big platform. Long story short, bro, he actually was like his platform. He sold Bitcoin. I think it was BitInstant. I could be wrong. this is all pulling off memory, but long story short, he was selling Bitcoin to people that were using it on Silk Road, and he knew, and he got locked up, bro. And it's crazy because you see, like, it's almost kind of like a similar thing, but I almost feel like it's kind of one of those things because Telegram's such a big app. I feel like it's one of those narratives, bro, where it kind of tries to put a negative narrative on crypto still, to kind of keep that negative narrative. Because even in the come up on Bitcoin, that was kind of what the Charlie Shrem case was, is really just a negative throw at crypto, especially at the time. It was popping. I think it was like 2014, 2015. They had Wall Street. They had an exchange next to the New York Stock Exchange, all sorts of stuff. It was crazy. I don't know if exactly it was right that year, but it was close. But anyway, yeah, a little history there. It just reminded me of, Garrison brought it up too, because I was thinking about it, but it reminds me of that Charlie Shrem case.
Interesting. I mean, I think it's more that he wouldn't open the app and like unencrypt it for the police.
Interesting.
But it doesn't really make sense that they arrest him. I think it's just like for show, like when you start arresting Zuckerberg and Musk for their platforms as well.
Are they painting this like a crypto narrative? Like, are they saying like?
I don't think it's a crypto narrative. I think it's just Telegram.
Okay, yeah.
And then, but
I was
Ton
just
is getting a
curious,
hit because it's Telegram coin.
Yeah, I know
Interesting.
Telegram's actually, it has gained a lot of popularity over the last couple years, and there's definitely, I guess, more privacy on there. Clearly,
Oh, there's a lot more privacy. I mean, Telegram is like, I think Telegram's probably one of the easiest messaging apps to use, honestly.
I could probably get behind that.
And it syncs to your computer and your phone really easily.
Yeah, whether it's Mac or Android.
Right. But
But
buying soon. I hit the 5:30 mark, Rotes.
Yep.
Is it gonna send? Is it just gonna fly? Is that the plan?
oh,
I thought you were talking about the clock, and we should move on to NFTs, but
Oh no. The Ton.
it's had a good hour. And look at it.
yeah, I mean, you're right. The 480 looks really good, but I
But
also
I don't think it's gonna get there. That's why I'm trying to buy.
I
it,
also like this
relatively
530 mark as well. But like, I mean, Ton's riding just below all-time high, and we have this negative news and sentiment around it.
soon. I mean, it kind of
You
got
have
like
to
a
be
30%
convinced that everything that's surrounding this legality side of it. Well, yeah, you're right. Not all-time high. Where did my chart not go far? I'm only going back to 2022. It's riding range highs at least. I'd be a bit more cautious. What index am I on here? Because I don't have the same Ton history here.
I actually think that Ton is going to be one of the big winners of this cycle. Once they start having more apps.
I don't know enough
B2B.
about it.
It's just imagine onboarding all the Telegram users onto Web3.
It's what Elon, what we want Elon to think and do with X,
Gotcha.
right?
Right,
It's
but Ton is so much easier. I mean,
got the
Telegram is so much
payment
easier to use.
integration layer going on with it. There's just so much more built up on the platform itself. But yeah, I mean, everything that's going on with Ton is quite strong with the Telegram integration and adoption, etc. So you're not wrong there at all.
Like every time I use X now, it feels like it's about to break at any second.
It's on its last bolts here.
Right. It's like
On its
one
last
server
server.
running.
Yeah, literally, bro.
It's just running through one Ethernet cord,
And it's at Elon's house.
right?
Running on that Starlink.
He's like, I can't afford all these employees. Office is at my headquarters. All right.
Right. What else do you guys want to look at? Doge. That's kind of one of my actually bought into Doge at this relative low. Hopefully, it's another winner. That's kind of my biggest holdings right now: Bitcoin, Doge, and soon Ton. So just pumping my own bags on the space.
I agree with you on Sui as well. Really just another competitor to kind of the Solana and fast moving networks, etc. But it
Sui's actually doing a lot of venture deals, the Mystic
Mhm.
Labs, and
they got a strong
They're-
team, right?
yeah, I mean their deals are pretty good for people who can't get funding. So they're gonna see a lot of people building on Sui soon. But I mean, yeah, this is a pretty good entry. Um, you probably won't see 60 cents Sui in a while.
What's
what I'm
its
thinking.
all-time high?
Like 2 something, 2.2,
It's a pretty decent return there.
right? I mean, it's holding up
Yeah.
from that 60 cents mark. You probably won't see it down here for. I'd be surprised if you see it down here. Something has to go pretty wrong for it to be down here. I think relatively soon, but it's looking strong. Should I do the trick?
The invert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Hit the invert on them.
This is the invert. What
Yeah.
do you think?
I
The
know.
the invert's good.
But you want
Yeah,
it to
it
go
is,
down.
bro. It's a nice tool.
if I could, if I can share my screen real quick.
Yes. Put it
I'm
up.
looking at the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. So if you go on TradingView and look up total too, it'll give you that.
Mhm.
It still does look similar, like the Bitcoin chart here. So if we zoom in, I'm on the weekly, so let me go to the daily. Like it's kind of similar, hold above like this 800 billion here. And we could be looking pretty good. But I also remember I was doing a little research here, and I went back all the way to 2016 because it's the earliest chart I could find. The 2016 halving, after the halving, it took 546 days for altcoins to hit all-time highs. And then after the halving in 20, it took 548 days for altcoins to hit all-time highs. And then that's the halving there in April, and we're only 133 days into this. And that's altcoin specifically. So I should look at the total market cap and do kind of something similar. But I went back and looked at each halving, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Like I said, we're only like 130 days into it. So definitely would
Right.
like to see if we can find support. But if we can't at this like 800 billion level, we'll see what happens. Similar to Bitcoin. How do I stop
Right.
this
I mean,
there?
you assume that the altcoins take longer to hit all-time highs
let me do.
because it's the liquidity from Bitcoin flowing to those that bump it, right? So
Right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll actually do it real quick and I'll let you guys know.
But I would expect that gap, those days gaps on this cycle is going to be a lot closer. Like there's not going to be so many days between Bitcoin all-time highs and altcoins all-time highs just because there's just more people,
Yeah.
more liquidity, people are smarter
Mass
about what they
adoption.
invest in.
Yeah, it's definitely a different game here this time. What did I do? Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to show that really quick because I pulled up that chart just kind of curious and I remembered, and thought that's
No,
pretty
it's kind of nice to get that for perspective. So I guess pretty much what you're saying is we got like 30 to 60 days to gather up.
probably.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the crypto cycles, the euphoria,
In
where
fact,
people just like can't like they just can't contain themselves. Everyone's
Yeah,
buying.
bro. Funny enough, actually, I had a little of that euphoria the other day. Last week, I mentioned that Liquidity coin that was similar to Maker, Aave, Compound, and I was kind of curious. I looked into it. They do some like 0% loan or 0% interest loans, and bro, I was like, when I mentioned it last week, last Monday when we were here, it was at like 60 something cents, and bro, it pumped over like 50%. I bought some at like I only threw like $100 at it, but I bought some at like 67 cents, bro, and it hit like $1.10 today, or I think earlier today or yesterday. But kind of again one of those indicators too, right? That money's being locked up so they can utilize it for leverage.
What's the site again? Liquify?
LQTY is the ticker.
LQ
TY.
What is this? How do we use it? How much money can you get with zero interest?
Yeah, I think you got to collateralize it like 110% is what it said, which I don't think. I mean, again, you're kind of pulling a leverage position. So you put 100K in, you could pull up to like 80% of that out, and as long as your health factor is safe, you don't have to pay back the loan, and you can hold that leverage position. Once that health factor starts getting risked, just like a leverage trade, right? If you get close or getting margin called, you have to start paying back or add to your position so you don't get liquidated.
I see. Interesting.
But ultimately, it's almost like a spot leverage position.
Right. How much liquidity is in LUSD?
See, and that was what's a little scary too, because it's their like native. It looks like there's native token. I didn't. It was more like a gamble play for me that I was like, let me throw some money at it. Screw it. But I'm actually pretty interested in it because again, it's similar to Aave. Aave pumped from 116 to like 142. Again, in like a week span, and that was, I want to say, like a nice 30-40% jump, if I remember correctly.
I'll look into it. This is actually pretty interesting. I kind of have a scheme I could use this for, so I'm gonna put it on the back burner right now.
Yeah, bro. I mean, dude, it can even Aave, right? You pull out that loan in stablecoin, and you can get we got like a 0.23% interest rate for a loan.
It's on the ETH chain, right? What chain is it on? It's on mainnet ETH.
I think so, yeah.
Aave is, I know that, but I'm not sure about
Liquidity, I'm not sure. I would assume.
Let's see. I'm on. Yeah, it's on ETH, or it looks like it. I'm on CoinGecko and yeah, Ethereum and Arbitrum. It looks like.
Yeah, but it's an interesting project. Kind of just again what Garrison brought up too is almost like a slight indicator. You know, you add all of them together, and you can kind of build yourself a narrative, something to read.
Right. Interesting. You guys want to look at meme coins? What meme coins are you looking at right now? People have been talking about Snoofy at Bridgely Labs, so I've been running the analysis.
Meme coins.
Oh, that.
I've been trying to pay attention to them more now since we've been doing these. I'm like, I need to have something. I want to have, see if I can add to the conversation.
Did you catch that?
Come on.
My son? No, he didn't catch that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
a
a
little
little
bit.
bit. You could hear him just a
You
little
didn't
bit.
have the alpha for us? I thought he had some meme coins.
Yeah, the alpha is that parents have to wipe their kid's bum after they go poop. Oh, that's what he was asking for.
Let's put that on Polymarket real quick. Will Rotes do that?
Yeah, before call ends.
More often than not, it is me though. Jeez.
Yo, bro, that's so funny. I'm about to be in that boat here, bro, in another couple months. So
Congrats. It's a wonderful boat.
yeah. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. Thank you.
Yeah. Snoofy looks all right. I like it. I like it. I like Snoofy above 9.25 million.
You'd
Um,
buy Snoofy at 9.25.
Then you're breaking out above this cup and a handle, kind of
Interesting.
zoom out, almost pattern look there. So
On what time frame are you looking at?
I'm looking at 15-minute.
I see. I told some people in Virtual Labs to wait till like 7 or 7.5 for that pullback.
Pullback wise, you're looking at 7.25, 7. But it's pushing up. If it breaks above this 9.25, well, then you're back to trying to run to 16 mil.
Yo, sorry to interrupt this. Have you guys ever used Gecko Terminal? I just clicked it open with for the meme coins, because on CoinGecko there's a little thing that says Pump Fund Ecosystem, and I clicked it and it brought me to the Gecko Terminal. Kind of a dope tool, bro. Sorry, that's all I wanted to add.
What is
But I'm looking at
this?
the meme coins on there, and
I haven't
it's
used the
kinda-
Gecko terminal, no.
Oh shit! Shoot.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, you want to share the screen? What's it?
I
look
think
like?
we can.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
it? Are we allowed to swear?
yeah. Right, I think so. I mean, I'm
Family
for it,
friendly
but-
here.
Oh wait, I'm on the wrong screen. Let me pull this over. Can you see it now?
Friendly.
What is this?
degenning
What are we
around
looking
meme
at
coins.
here?
For a little part. How did I get this little page back open on the side? Let me see. I've never used
Pump-
it, so
Pump
sorry.
Fund
But
ecosystem.
yeah,
Gecko
yeah.
terminal?
But if you go on CoinGecko, it's right here. So you scroll down that Pump
Yeah.
Fund ecosystem, and it'll pull it open. But
Huh.
oh, here we go. I couldn't see this, but yeah, it's got like chain rankings, DEX rankings, and looks pretty cool. I saw the Pump Fund ecosystem, and again, I've been trying to pay attention to more of the meme stuff. So I don't know if you guys ever used that, but it looked like a pretty neat
I
tool.
mean,
for
Dex
it.
Screener's just been so good that it's hard to get away from it, but
Yeah.
I was open to checking out new tools.
Yeah, definitely.
What's out
bro.
there, but yeah, no, I mean, I like Snoofy and then what it looks like right now. Looks pretty
I
good.
can't find it on this. If I click this Solana one, not sure.
Solana looks to be like I'm seeing Kaba 1. Have you guys heard of that?
No, what is
It's a
it?
meme coin on Sol. It looks like it's went up 630% in the last 24 hours.
Oh, it's
Oh, I mean that's like
dumping.
all meme coins, so it doesn't really say much.
There's always a 24-hour runner.
I mean, yeah,
so
there's always
mean,
one that it goes like 10x every hour, but like
Didn't really
Didn't
look like
really
it
buy it
did
that
anything there though, does it? Oh, I guess that's the 5-minute chart.
It's only been around for
okay.
That's crazy.
27 hours.
not quite 12 hours, 11 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, so it went from nothing to 400k.
And then vibes as well on Sol. 730%.
Jeez,
Been
throwing
That's
us
around.
with
hot
a 5 mil
movers.
market cap though. Is it a pumped up fun coin? It is a pumped up fun coin. That's good. Then you know it's safe. at
How do you
least.
find these? I want to get.
You're so how you know it's safe.
Yo, it because it's like you know they can't rug it like.
Oh,
they can,
really?
like,
I didn't
dump
know
their
that, bro.
coins, but like they can't like mint more coins or take out the
I didn't
liquidity
know
pool
that.
or anything.
No, they can just preload, buy it all before it gets there, and then sell once it goes live.
Or
Right, but like
oh my god.
all the devs are gonna do that anyways. It's not like
True.
any of the people who make these coins are like, I'm gonna hold like $1 million of this coin and not sell it.
Across the board, most everything is down except for Giga and Snoofy when it comes to watch list. At least the ones we often talk about.
How's
So
PopCat doing actually? We haven't
PopCat was up big time. It's
Really?
pulled back 6%. But yeah, over the week it had a really strong week.
Yeah, that's
Oh, it
good.
was
It
down
was at like
6% now.
300K at one point. It hit like a bill. It's like touched a bill and then like
Down to just about 300K. Now it's back up to 700K. What a big swing!
that's meme coins
Jeez.
for you.
Yeah.
Is Popcat really that? Is it Popcat really that young since July? No way. Has it really
Yeah.
only been 2 months?
Popcat feels older than that.
Right? Maybe just Web3 time.
No, December.
Okay. It's
December
just the-
23. It depends on depends on what you grab. That's one of the harder parts is if you don't grab the right kind of decks off of it, then you don't necessarily see all the history.
I'm surprised like Whiff or Pepe haven't moved.
They've moved a bit. They're
Where's
they're so large at this point that they're gonna trade a little bit more with the kind of overall macro, a little less violent.
really? How isn't Whiff like only 1.7 million market cap?
1.7 billion.
1.7 billion. So it's
Yeah.
only like double, triple Popcat. Right, triple Popcat.
Popcat's just been so violent. It's crazy the swings it's been on.
Right? What is this swing rate? What percent is it? 30% on
Well,
the 22nd.
1 billion down to 200 million in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. And now back to 6 or 7.
Yeah.
What's your guys'? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, like, what's your guys' go-to? Because I mean, I'm not much of a meme trader, but what's your guys' go-to, like, when you go to like find these, or are you guys mostly trading like higher cap meme coins? I know you said you use Dex Screener. Are you finding them on there too, or like are these more narrative tokens?
Deck Screener, and then you can trade and accumulate through Deck Screener, or you can trade via some of the other platforms, whether that is
Photon.
through some of the Telegram bots, or if you buy them. If you're actively trading them, then you're basically you're trading them, but you're never holding them per se. But yeah, you can trade them. You can trade them directly through Deck Screener
Okay.
on the larger ones if you're holding them. But
Okay, for sure.
I mean, yeah, that's like, Dexter just uses a wallet connect, so it's just like using
Makes it
Uniswap
simple.
or whatever. Radium, actually, for Solana. I mean, Telegram group chats, there's probably like thousands of them that will do calls. I know Furloco's in a bunch, and he has pretty good calls. And then, yeah, it's just finding the right screen. I don't think Pump.fun is very good for getting tokens anymore. It's kind of too saturated. I think the market's getting pretty saturated at this point. People were talking about it for like 2-3 weeks already, that it's been really hard to make money off meme coins.
Interesting.
But yeah, Photon's the place to trade if you want to trade them like repetitively. Photon's really good.
Okay.
There's also Bullx as well. Bullx has both an app. It's really good on mobile. I know that's what Fur uses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of, and then there's BonkBot.
Yeah, what do you mean, Rhodes? All trading's competitive. It's the max
Competitive.
competition.
Yeah,
It is.
it's true. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the nature of it all, right?
I see there's a MAGA coin. How you guys think that's gonna perform?
Which one? There's like 50.
Oh yeah, I guess the one that's ranked 291 on CoinGecko.
Oh, that's the big one on ETH, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm
What's
assuming.
the market cap?
Let me widen my screen. I could tell you.
30 million.
Is 167 million.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still Trump coin kind of leads it for me still.
But look
Yeah.
at the entry point right now.
Are there any Camela coins?
There's probably one on Sol. I think there's one on Sol. we were trading it before, like a month ago, maybe like a couple weeks ago.
I figure those will be some top movers at this time, especially in these next coming months.
Crazy combo.
I just saw Capri Sun. I'm about to buy that just to support Capri Sun here.
You think it's a real token, bro?
No.
Crazy Camela.
This one looks like
Tokenomics look awful too.
tokenomics.
Those are
I think the Trump.
Camela
I think this one
notes.
is actually pretty interesting at this level.
That does
Rose.
look like a decent level there.
Yeah, I mean, if I was
Especially
gonna
with-
buy Trump coin, this would be the area.
I don't know. He doesn't want to. I think he's trying to not meme himself too much at this point. At the election, he doesn't want to say something dumb.
You're going to want to see more momentum. Like when it comes to these political ones, I think you're better off on poly markets. To be honest, I think that's
Yeah,
your best kind of angle to play it because I mean when it comes to Trump coin, etc. Other than the memes, I mean it's super volatile and it's not necessarily. I think it's going to move up if he starts to kind of really lead in the polls, etc. Does he? I don't know. It's going to be probably pretty tight for the most part through to the election, and so I don't see where Trump coin has as much viability. A lot of it was because of the elections and all that kind of stuff, where you can trade on poly market and have a little bit more binary kind of response to what's actually happening.
Yeah, the problem with these meme coins is that like there's no rhyme or reason for these things to move. I mean, like you think there is, but like you would think Trump would be moving now for elections, but it's not. So
right.
for Polymarket, I've been grinding Polymarket this weekend, surprisingly.
Good pivot point.
Yeah, we can do Polymarket. There's a on the Wednesday spaces. Someone told us that Justin Bieber was gonna have a baby. It was gonna be a boy. I don't know if you guys were listening, but that was like a free like 60% or like 50% gain or something, 30% gain.
Who was on the space? Was it Bieber's mom or someone? How did you
It
get
was
that alpha?
one of his friends is like one of Bieber's like close friends,
Oh.
so we knew.
Bro had the alpha.
Yeah, I mean, we said it like on Spaces, like we told people on Spaces, and no one went to go buy it. And so I just
Bro had that
put
insider trading info.
all. I mean, it's all insider trading on Polymarket.
Yeah, you're right.
Did
This is
we
the one I was looking at today.
did we get any confirmed cases of monkeypox in the U.S.?
Oh yeah,
I
wanted to
sold
ask
it.
that.
I'm not even checking. I don't think so yet.
Okay, that's good.
That's good for monkeypox, like for us or for.
For
Bad
trades
for
or
you, I guess,
for us?
Daisy.
Well, I think the call was that it would not hit 100. That one was pretty easy, and then there was also the Kamala popular vote. I think that was another easy one to just grab the yes and no sides on each of those and take the 20 30% gain and run that. There's,
I think it's more than 23%. It's like 30% for this one. How do you do it?
yeah,
30%.
1.3 35%. That's pretty solid. It's
But
almost
just
almost automatic,
such a
right?
long bet.
It is. That's the only problem is like the ROI on that is like,
It's
now
like
you gotta
what,
wait
30% for 3
3
months.
3 months. I mean, that's
That's
pretty good.
nothing in terms of crypto money.
It's still pretty good. Just
Um,
depends on how much you want to degen.
Do you think there's any chance she loses the popular vote here?
Not at
I
this
hope
point.
so. Wait, who said that?
No, I mean like the Democrats haven't lost the popular vote in like 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Actually,
And
I
she's
didn't know that.
leading on the poly market polls right now. So like everything suggests that she should have the popular.
I feel like the popular vote is like the thing
It's
for
the
me is
invert.
that
No, because it's your metros are what's voting heavy Democrat, right? And they only get
Right.
so many seats allocated to them, and that's why they win the popular vote. So unless
Right.
that voting demographic changes, they'll continue to win the popular, but not necessarily win the election.
right. I mean the popular vote doesn't matter in reality.
Mm-mm.
So the problem for me about this bet, and this is kind of how I've been thinking about poly market, is that it sounds like it's supposed to be like free money, but like
There's still risk.
there is risk, right?
Yeah.
But like I don't know, it just seems like the risk reward isn't there, if you know what I'm saying.
Doesn't
Like
feel
if it
like
was
it.
like 65,
You're on poly market because you're degenning and looking for, a good 2x, sometimes even a 10x if you can get a long shot. Right?
no
Like,
way, no way. No, that's crazy. Actually, if you're looking for that bet, these bets are insane. The Super Bowl champion bets,
it's KC.
is it? No way.
It's KC.
It's definitely
They-
49ers.
they got a-
kind of choked.
They've
it
had a
last
good
time.
off season. The Chiefs. They've definitely
KC
been good stuff.
wins. KC wins their division. Once they go to the playoffs and they get the first round bye, you could sell there and get a good return because their odds at that point are going to go up. They won the last 2 Super Bowls. I'm in the middle of fantasy football season, so like this is all. But
Been
they're
running the
stronger. They're
stats.
stronger this year than they were the last 2 years. Now your inherent risk on that is Mahomes gets injured, right? Or
Right,
know.
but at 13 cents, it's a great deal.
yeah,
Like this
For
is
sure.
this is like a 10x, like 8x. I'm pretty sure.
it's going to climb to like 50% when they make it to the Super Bowl.
It's
You
gonna
can
climb
sell
to
there
50
even.
cents during the playoff, like when playoff starts.
Yeah.
See, so this is my plan. I'm gonna start buying them here, and then sell them when this gets closer.
We could buy the division winners.
I don't think
Listen.
they have division winners here.
Well, no, I mean you can
Oh,
buy
like
the teams
last
that are
year's?
likely to win the division, right? Chiefs, Niners, Lions. Lions are like Lions at 6%. Like that's a hell of a deal.
I bought a lot
Yeah, I
relatively.
would suggest that the Lions are.
Rhodes, I think you should get in. I think this is like the alpha for
Mhm.
you. Honestly,
Yep.
you should get into poly market.
Yeah, no, you're not
Pretty
wrong.
cool.
I looked at I looked at a couple and wanted to bet in on them last week. I know the one that I really liked about a month ago and I didn't act on it was they were pushing the 50 cents BIP drop for September, and I was like, no, it's holding 25, and 25 was actually returned really well at that point in time.
Really? What was it?
Where's it at now? 75%. Yeah,
It
was
at
down.
40% at one point. That
it
is
was
crazy.
really low. And it's just like, no, there's no way, right? So back in early August. So yeah, I mean, poly market to me, your educated kind of moves on your betting lines and stuff like that. Like, and then you can also sell the lines. Like, it's just there's so much to it that I think is excellent. That I have a lot of interest in it. It's just a time horizon, right? We live in this kind of range where like, you look at meme coins and you're just like, well, my return is so much quicker on the upside if you hit it on meme coins than it is going to be on Polymarket. And
Right.
Even crypto, if you're looking at crypto running by November, well, freaking football season isn't going to really play into action until December, right? So why
Right.
am I
This
betting
is
on
why
football when I
so
can
this
be?
is my plan. I was going to use the liquidity thing.
Mm-hmm. That's an idea.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Put in like
That's a
ETH.
great idea.
Bitcoin. It's only ETH right now, but ETH at this level is a pretty good buy. Take all that money out and put it into Polymarket. And like slightly don't degen. But I was looking at like buying like 95% to 97% and like just getting 1 or 2% on top of that on like 1 or 2 day holds, but with like massive volume.
That's kind of sounds like a decent idea.
Right? But like if you get owned by one of those, you're done. Like
Yeah, you can't
lose the
set a
house.
stop loss on Polymarket either, can you?
No, it's like mostly the ones that are already like confirmed. Like mm,
Isn't the greater risk with Polymarket though is it gets shut down before something like these elections or sport bets pay out? Is that something that's within the realm of possibility, you think? Or is that just something you block out?
maybe. I mean it's decentralized. You get all the Polygon,
Kinda.
USD,
Kinda.
whatever.
But like how hard is it for them to shut it down? Right? Because they don't like gambling in majority of states. So like what's preventing them from
I'm,
destroying
I'm
Polymarket?
VPNing into Polymarket all the time. It's not legal in the United States.
So then I guess if you placed your bet, then your liquidity remains, and then therefore you can cash out as long as Polymarket doesn't disappear completely.
Right.
Okay. At least that's a reasonable safety. That would be my only hesitation with Polymarket is like, does it get into any regulatory issues, etc.? Because like this is just a free wielding gambling site. And the crackdowns even on things like DraftKings and that kind of stuff is just like it's
Would
crazy.
you call it gambling? It's predictive markets. It's different.
Gambling's predictive.
Is it? Gambling
Yes.
is there's no
When you're
like,
playing
skill.
DFS, like you're actually using
What's
some
DFS?
pretty daily fantasy sports. You're
Oh.
using some pretty heavy algorithms. At least the top ends are to place their bets and set their optimal lineups based on historical trends. So like it is very much predictive.
Right, but the house has an edge, and that's why it's legal in some places.
Hmm.
They ruled sports betting as like pretty like there's skill.
It's blocked though in certain states, right? So
Right. But it's more accessible than like slots or something.
and it's true they're more favorable to things that isn't gambling per se and has a degree of skill and knowledge.
Yeah. I was looking at this one as well. This one's like a free money one, I think. Kamala Harris on SNL.
Has she ever been on there?
No.
No, but it makes a lot of
Think so.
sense.
Yeah.
Does it? She's on a presidential like tour. She's gonna go spend some time at SNL.
Isn't she trying to be cool? Isn't that like her whole buzz right now is just trying to like be cool?
I don't
So
know.
What do you
isn't
think her
SNL,
It
acting
seems like a
SNL
super
will
big
get right in
hassle
there?
for SNL to like have Secret Service there, check out the whole venue.
SNL don't care. They'd love it. I don't know. It's
What kind of
57%
skit do you
chance. So
think?
obviously, half the people think it's possible.
More than half the people think it's
Yeah.
possible. I have it at
I-
no. And she has to physically be there, not live streamed in. She physically has to be there.
Oof. Yeah, no way, bro.
Like I can see her on a screen, but like not physically there. Do you know how they do tickets
By
for
November
SNL?
2nd.
Yeah.
This
Do you know how
is
they
where
do
you pull
tickets for SNL? People wait outside the studio in New York the day of to get tickets. Like
This
you
is
can't
one of
buy
those where you-
tickets beforehand.
Has a
bad.
past president ever been on SNL? In their
I don't think
campaigning?
so.
Someone like Obama or even Trump.
I don't think so. You think Trump's gonna go on SNL? That's like his like opposite fan base.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't. Trump would be on there, but like, did Obama go on it? That's something that happened.
I don't think so.
Hillary during her campaign.
I don't think so. Well, no, wait, what? Presidential candidates. What does this even mean? I think presidential candidates have been on. No?
It's true. She's also the vice president currently.
Yeah,
Actually,
she's
so
like-
I got Claude AI pulled up. Most recently, it says Donald Trump said he was actually on there.
Yeah, like a long time
was-
ago, though.
Yeah, in 2015. Hillary Clinton, 2008 and 2015. Barack Obama, John McCain, Al Gore, Ralph Nader, Bernie Sanders.
So there's been a lot on there.
Right. But during the campaign, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like
adding
you're
that
you're
aspect to
busy
it.
during the campaign.
Well, and on top of it too, you think like, you use Claude AI? What's the probability of Kamala showing up to any event in general, let alone SNL skit?
Interesting. You made me reconsider this. There's also a thing about Polymarket that they kind of hold your money hostage sometimes, which I'm kind of mad about. Like, let me see.
Like what? Like put some type of restraints on it or what?
No, they just like take forever to. There's these people that go on Polymarket and will dispute the thing. Will dispute the verification, and then your money's like. There was one that was like, "Will Bitcoin hit 65K yesterday?" And they basically disputed it like twice or once, and your money was just held up, even though it's
Oh,
Done.
I gotcha.
Is it weeks or just a couple days or?
a couple days, and then there's also a voting that happens
Hmm.
based on like this coin, which is, I don't know. Like, what if people just vote the wrong one?
It goes the complete opposite way. Everybody thinks like everybody. We're just gonna dispute this one.
Dude, there's people that would like come in at like when it's like already done and then start fudding it and buying up no's and like make like, I don't know, like $50 or $100, like
Yeah.
buying and selling no's.
Buying and selling those. I don't know why that sounds so funny.
Like for this one, like for Joe Biden, they would like buy and sell no's, and when people get their liquidity out, or buy and sell yeses like at 1 cent, and when people try to get the liquidity out for no, they sell their yeses basically for like 0.2 cents or something.
Interesting. Almost like front run.
Yeah, but they just like
Some of
professional
that.
like fudders. This is a crazy one. If you could predict Joe Biden would drop out.
Yeah, dang. Can anyone like host one of these questions to be like a trade or options or futures bet? I guess I don't even know what I would call this.
Like, can you propose like a bet here?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. You have to like propose
just
it to
like-
the team.
Okay.
Which one's the ones? I'm honestly just gonna put more money into the football ones. I think that's the best move.
Yeah, especially
Pick your top
sports.
4 teams and away you go.
Yeah, and sell them later on when it's like 25, 50, 35.
Get more on the Lions.
Are the Lions really that good this year?
I mean, they were really close last year.
I can never cheer for the Lions. I'm a Bears fan. Just can't.
There's a long shot for you, the Bears.
Get
Yeah,
out of
what,
here.
what are they looking like there?
Not
3%.
terrible. Not terrible. Like they're
mean,
they're
the
equal.
Rams
They're
are
equal with the
worse.
Dolphins and the Rams. That's
I'm-
pretty crazy.
I'm liking Caleb Williams.
What's the worst team right now? It's the Panthers.
Panthers, Patriots, Titans. Yeah, they're all.
Are the
Pretty
Raiders
cool.
really that bad? I thought the Raiders were good.
No, they're bad.
They're bad. They were good last
Arizona
year.
less than 1% is kind of interesting.
But you have to
Raiders-
think about them like getting to playoffs, basically. Like if they can't get the playoffs, it's worthless.
Yeah, the Raiders were good for like half a season, I feel like.
What was Cowboys at? Go back down. 4%. That's wild.
So this bet would be a return of like 33x or something, 30x
God dang.
or 26x.
Damn.
There would be some arbitrage in there, I'm sure, on versus the sports books, but
I mean,
think
there's no vig on this, so
you just play the top teams, though. I think that's fine. Play them to playoffs.
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Once playoffs goes, their odds will go up.
Right, it's just a long hold. It's just a
Mhm.
super long hold.
Well, and you're also betting across 4 teams, so your upside's less.
Right, but I'm just gonna sell. I'm not gonna hold them to 0. I'm gonna sell them.
You're hoping each one 2x's and away you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically, I'm gonna pick like the 2 I think are gonna go to the Super Bowl, and then sell everything else during playoffs over 2x, and then on Super Bowl day I'll sell the one I think is gonna lose, and then that's the goal.
So you have Casey to the end.
Get out of here! No
I
way.
mean, why not?
Oh, it's gonna be 49ers KC again. 49ers gonna have Brock Purdy win this
No.
MVP.
49ers are weaker this year.
Why? Because we don't have that guy anymore.
They're just weaker this year. They might lose Ayuk.
That's what I've
Thanks,
been
you. You bet
hearing.
on all
There's
of
a
them?
bet for that too.
Will he move? It's so off and on whether he's gone to Pittsburgh or not.
Where is it?
And
Oh, there's like
whether-
individual games. So this is better than betting on a sports book
Interesting.
because there's no vig. Here, he's not moving. 80%.
So by September 7th. Yeah.
There you go. Do you have any friends with Brandon Ayuk? That's the real move.
Steelers,
You can bet to see which one he goes to, too.
Redskins, or Washington.
Dang.
But who knows?
That feels like a pretty good line for like a high risk play.
That's something you need
What?
insider trading
what?
for right there. We need to get Nancy Pelosi on the phone here.
Oh, we can look at that as well. Let's see if Nancy Pelosi did some trades.
Yo, bro, I don't know if you ever seen like the politician trade tracker. That thing is hilarious, bro.
What is that? What chat is that?
Well, it's honestly just a Twitter page. If you go to like politician trade tracker, bro, they have like an app, I guess. I've never looked at the app, but they'll
Oh,
post.
I just use this. I just use Quiver Quantitative.
This is sweet too.
So nothing yet. Nothing traded since July.
Let's see. Does this one
He's
only
pretty
do
good at-
Nancy?
Hmm?
Does this one only do Nancy?
No, you can do all of them. It's just
Okay.
the one I normally look at. She doesn't trade too much, but what she does, she's always right.
Something about her, bro.
She's too good. She
She
learned
really
from,
is.
She's learned from Warren Buffett for sure.
She just buys low and sells high.
Her track record's so good now that she's self-propagating.
137 million trade volumes. Wild. Because what does she make? What does she technically make a year? Let's see.
Trade volume though.
Yo, you know how they have like DeFi and TradFi? There's now Politify, bro. That's the politician trade tracker. Politify.
I don't think 10,000 shares of Nvidia is. Oh, that is a million. Oh, Snoofy's back at 10 mil. No way. I just saw in the chat.
Told you. Was it 9.25?
Boom. Damn. What's
Yeah,
the
break,
high
that
here?
break above 9.25 is pretty good.
Damn, you called it, Rhodes. Easy. What do you think it's gonna now? 15? 12? This, like, it hit this high. It beat this high. So now, you just wait.
I mean, now you're looking at 16. Take
16.
profits on your way up, but like you're looking at 16 now as your
Not
next.
12, 12, 15, 13.
Yeah, I mean 12.5, 13.5. There's a bit of resistance in there, but
Seems like it's
I don't know.
having a rough
I'm just
time
looking at the
10 right
30
now.
minute. It's pretty clean. It could reject at this 10. Right, 10's a key rounded psychological number, so it could reject 10, go back down to 9.25, and then confirm and then back up, which would be a stronger move. And then if it breaks above 10, then you're looking at probably 12.5 from there.
Yeah, this next 5-minute candle is gonna be pretty important. Crazy. So it's just been moving up the whole time we're on this space, basically.
Perfect. We did it. Snoofy to $1 billion. Thanks. Phil.
5 to a billion.
Why not?
True. It is. That's the possibility of
It's a meme
coins.
coin. There's no reason for it.
over
Not
over
to
Poly
or
Market.
to.
Meme
Yeah.
coins can do anything.
Yeah. If you want to meme it, it will.
Meme it into existence. There's like, oh, surprisingly, the holder count for Solana coins are not as high as ETH coins. Like if I pull up the
It's
Nero
just so much
chart-
easier to move in and out of Solana coins, right?
True, but look,
And you can trade with a lot less volume, a lot less SOL transaction fee wise on Solana coins, whereas ETH coins you have to come in with a little bit more size. So I think it's just a little bit more sticky.
more jitters for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, funny enough, I was just looking at the meme chart on, well, I guess the meme category on CoinGecko, and I seen one of the top movers was actually a coin that I have. It's called Soul Chat. I don't know why. I don't think it's
Oh, I
technically
remember
a
that
meme,
one. I remember
but-
that coin.
but it's actually a pretty cool project, bro. I
Are
don't
they
even know if
do
that
anything?
it's technically a meme, or maybe it is, but it actually pumped. Funny enough, bro, I was holding some, but I didn't realize it pumped like that.
Are they actually building Soul Chat, or is it just a
Yeah, I mean, you can actually, like, it's almost like the ENS, Ethereum Name Service, but they have the Solana Name Service, like SNS, and it's pretty much like Cash App, bro. You could call people, you could text, you could FaceTime through Soul Chat with like the cash tag.
Are you? How much are you up then? Are you gonna sell? Are you holding? What's the alpha?
No,
there?
bro, I wasn't holding anything worth enough to even like a couple $100, bro. It's nothing.
That's fine. It could be like 10K if it hits a bill.
Because when I seen it on there, I was like, no way. And What like what? I didn't think it was a meme. I thought it was a real project, bro. I never really looked into it. I just threw a couple, 30-40 bucks at it at the time, and it's kind of funny,
I'll
bro.
check this one as well. Someone was talking about this last week. Also, it broke 10 million. It's going to be runner confirmed. Rocket ship confirmed. Tad? No, it's the wrong one. This is the one that we talked about, or we wanted to talk about last week. Have you seen this one? Based Pepe? It's a base one, though. Does it work on this? Oh, it does. That's crazy. Have you seen this one, Rhodes?
No.
It was supposed to be. Someone called it on Wednesday last week, like around here. It's just been running.
Why?
It's based.
We have Pepe. Like,
It's based. What do you mean?
it's
Look at this
play on base.
27. Look at this holder count, though. That's crazy.
What? Did they give it to like everyone that holds everything else, or what? Or give it to every base person on base? Give them some.
Maybe, but like if they're not cheating it,
No.
like
Look at these buys, less than a penny.
that's based.
Just constant buys, less than a penny. What is that?
It's based, dude. That's what it is. It's different from the soul cheaters.
Jeez. I don't know, but
I don't know.
Snoofi.
Is
got a
Snoofi
runner.
a pumped up fun coin? That's the real question.
Hard to see everything in
not.
these skinny windows.
It's not. So pumped up fun coins have pump at the end.
Yeah.
That's the difference. But it looks like they're not cheating it. Or it looks like they can't rug it. Technically.
Yeah, 12.5 is the next target.
That's
We just
right.
closed the 30-minute candle above 10. So, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Crazy. Should have got in. But I will not FOMO into this. That is the killer of money.
Yeah, I tend to always do that with meme coins. So I'm like,
That is like actually what
Right.
happens. Like that is like the easiest way to lose money on meme coins is you just FOMO into it and then you buy the top. And then you're just bag holding.
for real.
But this one seems like top is not in yet. But that's what it always seems like. They just wait for your wallet transaction and they're like, let's dump on this guy.
Like, there's Danksy again. Sell it.
Yeah, basically. It's like that meme. Have you seen those memes?
Oh. I don't know, man. This is cruising now.
Sheesh.
10.5. Not 10.5. Sorry, 12.5.
No, it's 12.
My
It's not even 11
goodness.
yet.
She's running.
They broke that key resistance. It's cruising now. And now, no dumps. Oh.
This is
There's
the
the
1 minute.
sellers.
So
They,
What do
they,
you
they
guys
heard
normally
Danksy was
use?
going to buy.
yeah, basically, I like faked
Banksy
him
just
out.
did.
Fake juked him out. Right? Right when we said it, they're like, let's do it to him.
Yeah, bro, you literally brought it up. That's funny.
Then when you sell here, when you panic sell, they're gonna pump it again.
Yep. He's like, oh shoot, sell, bro. I'm gonna lose my bag, and it's gonna go to what is that? 11 mil? It's like 24 mil, bro.
24 mil. All-time highs here? No, 20 mil.
It's going, bro.
Wait
All
a
it's got to do
second.
is break that. Oh, it broke. That was the level you were looking for. That 12 mil, Rotes.
12.5 is the
Yeah.
range I'm looking for.
12.5.
Yeah, bro, that-
Interesting.
Oh,
Right here.
you've gone out to the daily.
Almost.
You get a,
Yeah, this is
you get
daily.
a 4 hour over that. That'd be nice.
What if we do one of these? Does that
Hey, there we
change
go.
anything?
That looks really strong. For the week, I
I'm
mean,
selling. Sell, brother, sell.
sorry.
That does look like a terrible chart to be in. So, right? It's just gonna go like this.
Yeah. Nice little
But do you
dead cat-
think
nice
do you
little dead
think
cat
the
bouncing
price
away,
action
Joseph.
is the same up and down? I don't think so.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, if you're gonna do inverse like this, you're basically
14.
saying that the price action of anything looks the same up or down.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, you gotta, I guess, keep in mind that you're flipped too. Like, even though you wanted
But
to go
then you have
down,
the
your bias,
bias there already. You like
Yeah.
implement the bias.
you gotta re-implement the original bias you had in the regular chart.
Or you just like blindfold yourself and you just do that.
And
It's
then
like,
if you put a dot in the middle, it'll look like an eye, bro.
you like
you do that real
50-50
quick?
it, and then you just like first instinct.
Oh gosh.
I can see 14 as well. Get hit there.
Right. The first line of resistance is 1250. So we're just waiting on that. Looks
Bring,
like
bring.
there's a
I
pullback.
guess you could call 11.6, 11.3. Daily's 11.3. 12 hours 11.6. So in that 11.3 to 6 range.
Oh, you're looking at like
resistance.
the close here, like these.
Yeah.
Not the wicks.
Not the
What's
wicks.
happening now, Dinksy, I think is actually exactly what you said. Everybody that bought at that last high and wrote it down is now panic selling it here, and it's probably gonna continue up. Like, oh, we're back at even, back at break even.
Oh, there's always that. There's always that
Yeah.
situation. People are just like, I need to get out. I need to leave and go buy another meme coin. And then they sell it.
Starting to get high blood pressure in this Snoofy trade.
Yeah, they've been holding on for dear life for like a week, and now they're ready to leave. Brim. It starts again. It's gonna start one of these for sure. I think it's gonna go like this. See another one of these patterns right here.
It's getting optimistic. You can get in.
No, get out of here. I'm not chasing this. I don't think the risk return here is not.
So I just
My
said the 11.3. If you look to where it got to, 11.27. Yeah. So the 11.3 was the daily
What's the spot?
previous all-time high.
Right. How'd you get to 11.2 or 12.50?
12.50 is just looking at
Oh, right here.
the hourly kind of where it's
Like level.
consolidated before. Had some resistance in the 12.5. Plus, it's numerically a bit of a number like 12.5, 15, 20, that kind of
Right.
thing, right? But yeah, the 11.3, that's kind of a decent bounce. Maybe get to 50% kind of retracement here and then carry on.
It's an interesting uptrend though from here. Right? For like 4 days already. It's done. The run is over.
The run is done. It's the life of a
Unless
meme coin.
unless something crazy happens for sure.
Speaking of run is done, I should probably get off to the family.
Oh yeah. You said you
Before-
only had an hour today, Rhodes. What happened? Too much fun with the NFL stuff?
Yeah, I might pay for the fact that we went longer, but hey, that's fine. This has been fun. The time always moves so fast. We didn't even touch NFTs more than just a quick mention. I think that's fine for the most part. NFTs.
They're holding. They're seeing some good.
Yeah, we're
influx of,
seeing sentiment
sell here.
return. We're seeing strength in kind of the
Or buys. I should
collections
say.
that we want to see. I think it's important to pay attention to doodles as they come up to the Toronto Film Festival, and what goes on around there. Otherwise, just I mean, it's pretty standard. You're looking at your conviction collections, and the fact that Blur is no longer incentivizing trading activity has been very positive, and so we should look at that as being kind of the real catalyst to all of this. And if we look at when it kicked off last year, maybe around election time this year could be when things really kick off again. Actually, even August was kind of the kickoff. Well, not last year, sorry, but last cycle. I heard an interesting kind of discussion on that here today on the kind of if you're just looking at the 4-year cycle and when NFTs kind of started their first run in 21, then you could see some activity off of that, right? So we have good thing we have pulled down the SnooFi chart. Danksy clearly pulled it down to make a buy, and it is now crashed back down to 10 mil.
Right when I said
He thought about buying.
no
bro.
FOMO.
Super volatile, which is crazy. But I think you retest this 10, and if you can get a bounce off of 10 and then continue up, which is right in between the 50 618 in that pocket, like that's a nice little move there. I'd love to see that. So we'll see when it comes back. Hopefully we'll have a Thursday space this week. Missed not having it last week. Carry on from there.
Oh man,
Let's
that
do it.
thing is dumping. I mean, it just shows how, as someone who's trying to get better at trading, you kind of have to fight your natural instincts, really, right? Because you see it go up, you're like, oh, that's free money. It's free money, and then right when you want to buy, that's when they get you. That's when they trap you. That's when the big players make their money. But yeah, appreciate the time, you guys. Great having you guys on Mondays. Always run
Yeah.
it back.
I've
Always
been
invited,
enjoying it.
right? It's
Definitely been a
it's a
great
good
time.
mix. It's a good way to start off the week. Usually the weekends this weekend was pretty hectic, so we'll see what next week holds, and hopefully Bitcoin's at like 80K or something.
For real.
Yeah. Shout out to Elite Wealth Strategies. Best way is your Twitter and Discord, right? If you guys want to join that community, correct?
Yeah. Twitter will have our link tree in it, so you can get to all of our links and stuff in there. We have a podcast out that we do a lot of the time. There's like a beginner ebook in there and some other things as well. So yeah, appreciate that. Check it out, and we'll be here every Monday.
Yep. Appreciate you guys here every Monday. Virtually Labs for us. Twitter is probably the best spot to get acclimated and see what's the best way to join the community. We're on Discord, we're on Telegram, but usually we will stream this on Mondays and then another space on Wednesdays and Thursdays, hopefully this week. But appreciate you guys.
Let's go.
Cheers, everyone.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of the night, and let's have a good week of trading.
You
Bye.